Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in our For Queen and Country series. It is turn 315. It is 1470 AD. I'm at war with France, but also somehow I'm at war with Rome and Greece. And we are also about to establish a secret collection of colonies down in Africa where there is no competition, there are unexploited luxury resources, and of course, because we are England, let's take a moment to review this. Check this out. All found or conquered cities on a continent other than your home continent receive a free melee unit. And we get the redcoats and the military science, or the redcoats and the sea dogs, rather. I misread that. When that tech comes around, which is soon. So that's going to be really helpful. In the meantime, I just want to acknowledge something really quickly. A couple of episodes back, I had this galleon placed to help defend St. Nazaires. I forgot it was there. A couple of people have been like, hey, dude, you talked about bringing the galley down. What about the galley? Did you? What happened? I legit forgot. Like, it's just sitting there, and I didn't use it because I forgot it was there. And it's on sleep right now, so that's why. So what I'm going to do instead, just to make sure I don't forget, is we're just going to start skipping turns with it rather than putting it to sleep. Meanwhile, I have my crossbowmen heading up to actually hold the city on land, which should help because we have these units hightailing it out of French territory after our little, I guess you could say it was a war of exploration. Let's go to the next turn and see what they do. They're probably going to kill these warriors. Actually, it looks like they're not going for that. If I can manage to get this unit out, that would be fantastic. This is a halfway to level 2 swordsman. Yeah, they did not pursue. Okay, so Norway continues to be impressed with me, which, again, that's good. I would rather have good relations with Norway, all things considered. All right, let's move you up here. We'll put the spearmen here, and yeah, I'm gonna move them. Now there are some hills in between these knights and me, and some woods, so they won't be able to bring all their units down to chase this unit out. The fact that they didn't go for the kill right then might have saved that unit. We'll see how it goes. Exeter, I'm going to need to start building more units soon, but I really need to stay on top of... Actually, hang on. Exeter should be... Hold that thought. Let's go ahead and purchase an apostle. That was all my faith. Didn't realize it was going to take that much, but that's fine. Because I need Exeter to be Protestant so that we can purchase certain buildings with faith. Also, London isn't Protestant either. What the heck's going on there? Buddhism is probably rearing its ugly head. But I can start an Inquisition now that I've gotten that apostle, so that'll make it easier for me to clear the rival faiths like Buddhism. So that'll be helpful. So, in the meantime, Exeter... What should I build here? I mean, I guess I do need a trader. That would take 14 turns, though. Military units would take even longer. Screw it. I'm just going to go for the library. Because, I mean, that's... Alright, we're going to skip your turn. What was I having you work on? It's the first I've recorded in a few days. What is happening here? Let's see. I suppose... Alright, we're building the Forbidden City in Leicester. We need more production. So, yeah, we're gonna chop down those trees. Because if we can get that extra policy slot, oh my goodness. That will be amazing. Alright, we don't have quite enough gold, and we're not going to for a while to upgrade this archer. Looks like these whales are finally in our border, so I'm going to need to improve those. Also, we just need more... We need builders in this region. We need builders everywhere, frankly. We don't really have these tiles around our new cities built up because we've been so focused on defending otherwise. Royal Navy Dockyard's been pillaged. Oh no! You jerks. I totally forgot about these guys up here. Alright, we'll have to pay attention to that. Now, this apostle, what can I give you? Apostle operates as a medic. You know what? That's nice, but I actually... Oh, wait, maybe I can't start an Inquisition because... Oh, that sucks. So because we aren't the... Oh, man, that really sucks. Because we are not the originators of the Protestant faith. we can't have an Inquisition. I'm going to, even though this is my very first time encountering that phenomenon, I'm going to go ahead and say that should probably be changed. If you pick up a religion from someone else, who's to say you can't still become a powerful evangelist? Oh, hey, Romans are here. Holy crap. I was not expecting them to show up. All right, so let's go ahead and get these guys in here. This galley is not in range yet. So the Romans actually are in position to do a little bit of damage. Good for them. We've got a crossbowman training up in London. Yeah, Buddhism is really rearing its ugly head. I only say that because it's it's France's religion and we're at war with France. I have no problem with Buddhism. But it really is starting to cause a problem. All right, let's go ahead and go for the granary in St. Nazaire's. Also, would production focus help at all? No, not really. What about in Bordeaux? Yes, it would help in Bordeaux. 8 turns instead of 10 for those walls. And those walls could not get here soon enough because we need that city to be able to defend itself, especially if Rome actually does have units in position to do a little bit of damage. All right, skip. Let's see what kind of damage we can do with these archers, shall we? All right, we need to come up here and also fire on these ships, because they wrecked our dockyard, which is a problem. Okay, and I think that's really all I can do. We've got this settler on the way down. I need you guys not to block me. Can you manage that? Ah, damn. Alright, so maybe these guys are not going to get away. Or maybe they are. No, they're going to get chased. They're going to get chased. Yeah, there's no way. Rome's closing in on them. But now I'm in a position to do a lot of damage to this Roman knight. That was a dumb move, Rome. Why'd you do that?
If you see a castle under fog, you must walk there to meet the extraordinary dreams.
As if every move the AI ever makes in Civ 6 is a smart move. Not the case. But tell you what, let's go ahead and sink the unit that we can attack. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. I'm going to go for that one. I received some good advice from a commenter, and I really appreciate this. And, I mean, it's one commenter, so, I mean, there might be some conflicting opinions on this, but just in general, you know, when picking which unit to eliminate in a situation like this, it's generally good to kill the weakest unit rather than trying to weaken every unit like I've tried to do in the past. Generally, my strategy is, you know, you want to try and lower the attack power of units, so you want to make sure that every unit around is as weak as possible. But there's an alternative viewpoint which this commenter raised, which I thought was very interesting, which apparently the AI's evaluation, and this is where other people can come in and comment if they have different perspectives or perhaps if they have other information, because, again, we learn collectively, right? So it would be great, even if you can corroborate what this one commenter said as well. That would be awesome. So, apparently, the way the AI calculates threat, or calculates their strength, rather, is they calculate based on the number of units that are kind of alive. Not necessarily the attack strength of the units individually, but just how many units do you have in the area. So if you can reduce that number, then it has a greater effect than the other strategy, which I was using, which is reducing the attack power of various units. So it's better to kill units and reduce the number of units first. It's better to prioritize that above weakening units, even if it's to make other units survive. All right, I'll move these units here, because in order to kill that unit, they would have to move someone in range of my spearmen. So, all right, let's go ahead and spread religion to London. Excellent. London is Protestant again. Choose research. So many options. By the way, Jadwiga has been defeated. That's why she hasn't advanced through the tech tree. Also, there's a good chance Russia's been defeated as well, because they're a little bit behind. And I would think Rome's actually doing pretty well. So we could have trouble fighting against them. Let's go ahead and go for cartography. Well, should we go for military tactics? Yeah, let's go for military tactics, because we're going to need that pikeman upgrade in order to really continue to do significant amounts of damage against some of these other units. And then this galley... Tell you what, you go ahead and attack this catapult for me, because they can't do any damage to you in the water, but I can do damage to them. Looks like we have a French knight in the water here. This crossbowman's going to come down and support St. Nazaire's. As soon as this galley's free, I'll either use it to defend here, just kind of as a naval blockade. Well, not really a blockade, because a blockade is an offensive gesture against London, but it's a defensive blockade, if you can say that. And we're going to use that to defend against anything they might send up my way. But another ship should be pretty good. We should be helpful. We are England, after all, so a powerful navy is definitely something that I want to focus on. However, I do need to make sure I continue to... Yeah, let's go ahead and... You know what? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and build a quadrireme in London. We do have an amenities problem, so we're going to need to make sure that that situation is worked on in the next little while. Okay, let's go ahead and chop these down. 7 turns off of the Forbidden City. Still 22 turns away, and we officially have no other tiles around here. Actually, we do. We have some woods over here. If I were to get another builder over here, then I'm pretty sure that production would go to Leicester, and we could potentially get the Forbidden City. Again, that additional bonus policy, that would be a huge coup if we could get that. Alright, I'm going to actually try and do some damage to these guys with my archers, because, again, reducing attack power of the barbarians, I want to try and clear that encampment if I can. Let's see, what else can we do? I've already moved you this turn. I think I already have. Oh, wait, no, I haven't. Oh, you've blocked me in, you jerks. So my settler's currently blocked. Let's just go ahead and skip that settler's turn. I hope they move. Okay, there goes my warrior. But, like I was saying, now they've been forced to move that unit closer. Oh, crap. I didn't realize I'd be in range of Lahab. So we're going to have to move back. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Why didn't I notice that? 2 tiles away, man. Ah, Rome wants peace, and they're being quite generous. Okay. Let's go ahead and accept that deal. That makes perfect sense. Okay, Trajan, you just earned a few points for that agreement animation. That was pretty badass. If I can build up a good relationship with Rome in this series, I'm going to do it. I mean, obvious reasons, right? Trajan's my... Trajan? Trajan is my adopted father, so to speak, in terms of Roman lore. Hadrian was Trajan's adopted son. Your knowledge of banking has advanced considerably.
You can't go around arresting the Thieves Guild. I mean, we'd be at it all day.
Oh, God bless you, Terry Pratchett, and rest in peace. So, new policies. Commercial hub, district bonuses, industrial. That's nice. I don't need any of those just yet. Theocracy I might consider switching to when I'm not at war. That might be worthwhile. We'll see. All right, new civics. What have we got? Ooh, wait, naval tradition. Those aren't really useful to me, though, and that's a dead end. So, I mean, I could keep moving towards... You know what? I'm going to go for medieval fairs because that'll give us access to humanism. I might need mercenaries for humanism. I can't quite... It doesn't seem like that's indicating... It seems like medieval fairs is going to unlock humanism, and then I need mercenaries and medieval fairs for exploration, but just medieval fairs for humanism, if I'm reading these lines correctly, and if the lines are laid out correctly. But getting these archaeological museums, because we're British, is going to be a huge way for us to catch up in the culture game. Again... We're playing the long game right now with a couple of things. We are definitely trying to catch up as much as possible. All right, let's do some damage to these units. Because we're not in front right now, so constantly thinking in terms of how can I increase my science per turn, how can I increase my civics per turn. Otherwise, our ability to win this game is going to be limited. All right, so... Interesting. Right, these guys can't fire just yet. Let me go ahead and do a little bit of damage to these knights. Oh, I can actually kill them. Perfect. Say goodnight. No pun intended. Okay, now where were we? Let's fortify here. And oh, that's our galley. We're gonna put you to sleep. Need to remember to keep doing that. All right, now you need to come over to Exeter and convert that city as well. Excellent. They have not. Our gold per turn from London has put us back in the positive in terms of our income, which is, or not from London, but from Rome. So that's really helpful. Also, looks like we have opened up our passageway to our city, so in a couple of turns we will be ready to settle there. We just need to make sure it's clear of barbarians before we move in. So it's going to be... oh, interesting. Gorgo wants to give me a luxury resource, which I currently don't have. And they want to give me 5 gold. They want some iron. Tell you what, let's sweeten this deal because we want to make sure we keep good relations with you. I'm going to give you an additional... I'm going to give you 50. Because I have a good relationship with you, and I want to make sure that that continues to be the case. Also, I want to... speaking of strategy things and things that I've learned from commenters and people pointing things out to me. In Civilization 5 and Civilization 6, I have a tendency... and this comes from my my Total War habits. I have a tendency to reject open borders treaties because in Total War, that can be used as a way to backstab other players. You can get an open borders, or in Total War, it's called military access, and it's the ability to move armies into someone else's borders without any trespassing penalties. In Civ 5 and Civ 6, of course, you can't just move an army in when you have an open borders treaty and declare a war, and boom, you suddenly can backstab someone. It actually moves their units out of the territory. And there's another game I was playing recently that does the same thing. Stellaris actually does the same thing, believe it or not, which I thought was quite interesting. And so there's not as much reason for me to fear open borders, and apparently those open borders offers are actually part of the game. Oh, this galley actually can't... huh, it can't fire on this unit. That sucks. So all this to do about having the gallery help defend, it's meaningless. Okay, so yeah, anyway, all this to do about not only the galley, but also all this to do about open borders. I don't need to worry as much. I can actually accept the open borders treaties because... okay, good. Exeter's Protestant now too. I can accept the open borders treaties because they will help improve my relations with people. Okay, so unfortunately these apostles are not doing a whole lot. Or this one apostle is not doing a whole lot to reduce the influence of Buddhism. Which I'm not horribly surprised by, but it's still disappointing. Okay, let's go ahead and do some damage to these guys. Now it's saying major defeat if I attack with my spearmen. These spearmen, they're an outdated unit. I need to be able to update them to pikemen. So yeah, St. Nazaire's is definitely holding its own, which is why Bordeaux needs to finish these walls, because we want Bordeaux to be able to do the same, right? All right, let's go ahead and finish off these spearmen, and then we can move our archer in and hopefully take the encampment before anything else happens. Someone actually pointed out that one of the reasons Barbarian XP is capped lower, of course I have a mod in this particular series to reduce this, is that you could potentially farm this camp for experience. Not so much. Notice that I'm only getting 2 XP per battle there, and that's not, at this pace, I mean, look at that. 75 out of 135 points. I can't really farm for experience at this point. So that's, I mean, that is a worthwhile point, and I wanted to raise that because other people might have thought the same thing but not commented. But when you look at the actual numbers, that's not the case. The unmodded Barbarian XP cap is ridiculous, and it just, you can't... The whole point of having Barbarians in a game is to give you fodder. And yes, you shouldn't be able to farm them and make your units invincible, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's actually underpowered in the vanilla game. So you need it to be modded up in order for it to, be useful. And I think that's something, frankly, that they will patch in future instances. So just some thoughts there. Okay, this settler is going to be ready in a turn or two. Arabia, okay, is willing to give me open borders. They want my extra truffles, and they're willing to give me a lump sum of gold, as well as... okay, I'll do that. And I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit. So let's give you 30 gold. And you don't need to give us that 6. May Allah bless you. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Turn 320. So again, time is going to start slowing down now. This game is on epic speed. I'm not using 8 Ages of Pace anymore, but we're definitely at a point... Okay, good. Doesn't look like there are barbarians nearby. We're definitely at a point where we're going to start moving towards the series taking longer in general. Okay, now, what should I do here? I really feel like I should maybe... I have one more spread with this apostle. I feel like I should come up to Ireland. So that's what I'm going to do. Next turn, if nothing spawns in this encampment, we will be able to clear it. And also, these archers will gain the Spear of Fionn. Just double check the name of it there. Ability. Alright, let's go ahead and move... I'm going to bring these crossbowmen around this way, just for safety's sake. These orders, yep. We're just going to... Actually, wait, I can put the galley back to sleep. Because it's useless to be right now, unless I need it to defend against a navy unit. So I don't need it, you know, I don't need to keep double checking it the way that I was. So that whole theory about whether or not I could use it in defense, that's been negated in this episode. Let's go to the next turn. By the way, okay, Germany wants open borders, and they're willing to pay me 3 gold. I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I will go ahead and remove this as well. This way, perhaps I will have better relations with Germany. Again, I want to try and experiment with playing the relationship game a little bit more, because I have discussed at length in my various civilization series my issues with the simplicity of the diplomacy AI in Civ 6. So I want to find out how to get in the good graces of these AI. I do feel like they do still have a bit too strong of a tendency to dislike the player, which is unfortunate. But, okay, we're about to gain a pop in Leicester, so that might help with finishing the Forbidden City. I really hope it does. Yeah, Germany doesn't hate me anymore. I don't know that they ever did hate me. Can I send a delegation to Rome? Okay, they don't want that just yet. What about to Germany? Where are you, Germany? There you go. Nice! Okay, so we've declared our friendship with Sparta. So we are at maximum relationship level with Sparta. Okay, so Greece is good with peace. What can I get out of them? Alright, they're not going to give me that. Okay, they're not willing to really give me anything. But I can make peace with them. Let's do that.
Über Vorsichtigkeit sie gelobet. Zu helfen diesem Reich hieße tanzen mit dem Tode.
That somehow earned us favor with Germany. Alrighty then. Sweet. Alright, so we've cleared that encampment, and... there it is. Now we can see the Spear of Fionn modifier again. Apparently when we upgrade that unit, we're going to have to go back up and get it again. That is an issue with the current build. Next turn, we're going to found that city, and I am so excited. This is going to be the beginning of a new era. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're totally not.
Spartiates kaloseisan, Carteros, Iskuros, Andreios.
I'm enjoying that we have a good relationship with Sparta. That makes my inner 300 fan happy. Not that 300 was a historically accurate representation in any way, shape, or form. There were a few things that were very, maybe not very accurate, but definitely honorific of ancient Sparta. But anyway, we found the city of Rabat, and let's go ahead and put the swordsman on alert. We got the free unit. This is nice and useful. And can we... alright, we can't evangelize from the water, but next turn we might be able to just pop them into the city and evangelize that way. Oh, I was going to say this a moment ago. I highly, highly recommend. You might notice how quickly I'm able to move through because I don't have to constantly keep clicking this. If you have not set up in your key bindings a next action key, you have to set it up manually. I use N. Do it. It makes it, especially if you're recording content, but even if you're not, if you just want to cruise through games, it makes it a lot easier because you're not constantly having to move your mouse back and forth. It takes away a lot of the cognitive effort of just doing those tiny little minutia and helps you focus just on, okay, what's the next thing I need to do? You can just have your finger on the N key and move through a turn. The only danger, of course, being that you might sometimes move too quickly. But anyway, we're at the 25-minute mark there, so I just wanted to end on kind of an instructive, maybe helpful note for some folks. Let's go ahead and queue up a... let's queue up the watermill there in Rabat. And then go to that. We'll go through this turn real quick, and then I'll end this episode. Let's see. We'll bring you back down. Okay, and that is that. It is 1510 AD, turn 323. We're going to cut this one here. In the next one, we are going to continue building up. Well, we're going to shore up our defenses here. Ooh, looks like they're trying to bring a settler down towards Bordeaux, which is adorable. We might be able to capture their settler. Oh, that was a really dumb move, guys. Why did you do that? I'm going to capture it right now, actually. Watch this. Hold that thought. All your settler are belong to me. So now we can have another city. Oh man, that was a really dumb move. We can put a city down here, which will help us kind of form a blockade against France's borders and solidify our control of this region and potentially get us access to another luxury resource. So yeah, we've got stuff to do in the next episode. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New grand or historical strategy videos air every day at noon Eastern time on my channel. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.